in R&D.
Interesting.
So there is an expert to point to somewhere in Rio. I don't know where their office is, but they are.
So this person that I'm mentioning in this company is based in Rio. You should talk to him. I'll connect you.
Yeah, it
I'll
sounds
connect
like
you.
maybe he's the guy.
Yeah, maybe he's the one.
So when you're looking at startups and kind of looking at them in terms of their investability in Brazil, do you think there's any major difference than you would look at them versus other markets? Anything unique to Brazil? And, maybe tie it, your newsletter, you have a formula for sort of your spotlight of companies. So maybe it's relevant to that.
It's a good question. I think that given the different characteristics of the population and the economy, there are certain things that would work here that would not work globally, and vice versa, right? For example, the like law and the legal system in Brazil is very unique to the country. So there's a company, a founders fund invested called Jus Brasil, that's like digitalizing everything that we have of record of how do you say lawsuits, right? Lawsuits, and now they're creating a SaaS. This is I would say a specific case of something that works very well here and only here, because the bottom line is that you have to have the information from here, right? To create it. But I don't know, the thing on the startups to watch and how I choose the companies, since they are very early, I always focus on the founder. I truly believe that a good founder can pivot the business forever and be able to navigate depending on what's happening. And a so-so founder with the best idea might not be able to deliver. So a lot of people ask me, like, Julia, why did you publish this company? I'm like, I liked the guy. Maybe his idea is not good for the startup itself, but I think that he's going to do something big eventually, So this is how I look at them.
Are founders in Brazil usually serial founders?
Yes.
Like, do they do multiple?
Yes, they do multiple. Okay. Yeah. And this is very tied to what we're living in, I would say, today, as for the tech environment. So since Brazilians are serial founders and they learn from experience, we have I would say, older companies like Peixe Urbano. The guys that worked at Peixe Urbano, they are at their third company probably, or at their investment fund. And then when you look further, you have the guys that were at Nubank in the beginning. They've already left and they're doing something else. And this goes and goes and goes. So I think that with the third-time founder, fourth-time founder, you have the development of the ecosystem as a whole, because everyone's learning, right, from their experiences.
And the other, I was kind of wondering, is there's a report that I read about some of the investments in seed and in Series A. I think Series A was the larger amount for Brazil, I think, for 2023. I might be getting it wrong in terms.
I think it's seed. It's early stage for sure.
Seeds are early stage. I can't remember. I might be mixing up deals with investment amount, but where would you say is the funding gap by stage?
The funding gap is B and C for sure.
B and C.
Like the check, we have a big problem here. Is that there's a lot of money for the early stage,